here in Nacogdoches. Probably not all of those in this building. SFA and SMU tangled a few times over in Johnson Coliseum, but now SFA in the more intimate Shelton Gym, and it is loud. A full house here tonight. We expect they're still trickling in. It's Western night, and so you'll catch the fans there with their feet hanging over the rail, and a lot of them will have on purple cowboy hats. At the first, I don't know what it was, 100, 200 fans got a chance to get a free cowboy hat. All right, SFA, their best server starts us off, Jaden Flynn. Flynn is 8th all-time at SFA in service aces. There you see Jay. She just had a homecoming. The Jacks last week were up in Chicago. She got a chance to go home. Poplar Grove there is about 70, 80 miles away from where the Jacks were last weekend at Loyola Chicago. Taking a little time, the down rep is to make sure that everybody's in the right spot, letting the Libros come in, and we are about ready to roll. Glad you're going to spend part of your Thursday night with us, and Flynn is ready to get us started. The floor you're watching the match on tonight is the new Terraflex that's been installed here in Nacogdoches. SFA is the only school in the Southland to feature a Terraflex floor. Carlson's first set attempt goes to the middle, and Tala Newsom with the kill. Starters for SFA. Cam Hill on the outside with Kennedy Jones, Call in the Libro jersey, Henderson and Cravens in the middle, Flynn setting, and Holtman on the right. SFA will run a 6-2.
Greg, we're seeing a little bit of an adjustment from SFA than what we saw on Tuesday night. You know, we highlighted Molly Cravens where she was going in the middle, she was playing some middle. We thought it was going to be more of an experience. Well, now you've noticed that Debbie Humphreys has moved Cravens back out to the right side. I think we're going to see a continuation of that depending on who is up with Henderson and Molly Cravens.
There, that's exactly what Stephen F. Austin needs to have a good night tonight, is to serve well. The Jacks came into this match with 63 aces, and they had only been aced 32 times, basically doubling up their opponents in that category. 2-1 SFA. Carlson back set to the right side, and kill Malaya Jones. Jones starts on the right side, Wilburn on the outside, Carlson at center. Schilling in the jersey for SMU. Onyanyu in the middle, and Livings, who had a massive week last week, opposite Wilburn on the outside. Here's Casey Badenhorst in for the first time, serving into the net. Another adjustment, Brittany, that Debbie Humphreys has made tonight is Kennedy Jones on.
That's correct.
In the L1 slot instead of Ilana Diasis. I expect we'll see Diasis, the graduate transfer from UTRGV, as the match rolls on. Luna Franca in to serve, and both serving specialists. Error. SMU using their Libro switch back and forth. Again, that rule implemented last year. Two ladies able to dress in that Libro jersey. We've already seen all four that are eligible in this match so far. Mia Silva in. Call denies SMU a second time in the sequence. Long rally and out. That's the way to get the crowd involved in this match, to have a long rally with a lot of good net play. Everybody with smiles after that, breathing heavy. 4-3, SFA.
And that's the thing that is going to be so different for SFA. That is what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to rally, be willing to put everything down. They're going to have giant touches, and that's amazing. Look at that shot by Molly Cravens, finding the split in the block. But that is something that what SFA does such a good job of. They rally hard, and then whenever it's least expected, perfect pass, ball to the ground. SMU may have the height and the adjustment, but SFA has the fight defensively that you're going to see on the SFA side.
Zoe Gunn, SFA's second setter, in now with Kai Creasy, second middle. Gunn sends it out to Kennedy Jones, rattles it off the block. Gunn has taken over as the second setter. Brittany mentioned the second, middle, and rights are fluid for Stephen F. Austin, at least at this point, through the first 10 matches of the year. Gunn has taken over as the second setter for the last 3 matches for the Lady Jacks. Jones again able to find the corner, and SFA has a 2-point lead. Libro Schilling has to handle second ball, and it works out just fine for the Mustangs. Kill on the left side for Jaden Livings. I mentioned that she was bananas this past week. She had a career high, Brittany, 26 kills against Kentucky last weekend.
Insane.
Ace. One of the things that SFA will have to contend with is an absolutely blistering offense when it's on for the Mustangs. Both of the outsides for SMU hit over 300. Second service error for the Mustangs, and the ball will come back to the Lady Jacks.
You know, SMU, their pin hitters that they have, they are just super athletic. They have amazing arm swings. And so it's going to be really important for SFA to make sure that their blocks are tight. Their defense is stepped up a little bit because we're not going to get a lot of touches. Like anytime any athlete gets up and they're swinging high, your goal is just put up a good block. That way your defense can see around it. And that's going to be the same thing on SMU's side. They're going to see a little bit different, but they're going to have to step into those seams.
Kennedy Jones serving now after Crystal Wilburn's first attack went long. So much crowd noise that Jones didn't even hear the whistle from the up ref. That time Wilburn able to find the floor. Libro Schilling, transfer from High Point. SFA tangled with them last year. 2 mid-majors, Stephen F. Austin and High Point, that are both well regarded in D1 volleyball. There's a block. Newsom, and they'll probably give Carlson assist. That ties us at 8. Schilling rocking the red shoes tonight to match the red Libro jersey. And that's going to score off of Schilling, and the Mustangs can't chase it down. Kat Holtman with a kill, her first. Not much pursuit space on the sidelines in Shelton Gym. There's a special row of seating. You caught it in that last sequence. That's very close to the court here. Low set by Carlson. Not much the Mustangs could do with it. SFA changes direction to Cam Hill. Tried to get hands, but didn't. Side out, back to SMU side. Carlson end over end. Not a good first ball by Stephen F. Austin, and freed back over on the Mustang side. Joust goes SMU's way. One of the things, Brittany, that we said we were going to watch for before we got on the air is, can SFA keep SMU from going on long service runs? And Carlson with a nasty, nasty serve. Ace. Her 8th.
I think that's what's going to be the difference maker. Both teams are battling. We watched Zoe from SFA side go on a little bit of a run. That gave SFA a lead. We're going to see Carlson go on because she has an amazing float serve right now. So unless somebody can capitalize offensively on those tough servers, there's a good chance we may see a few of those runs.
All right, it's 3 straight. Let's see if Humphries, yes, she does. Carlson, let's see if SFA can get a side out right here. They do the old-fashioned way by a service error. The Jacks have now made 1 trip all the way around, so primary setter Jaden Flynn is back in on the back row. And Molly Cravens, who Brittany told you about, has been moving back and forth between middle and right, is back in on the front. Tough first ball for Carlson to do anything with, and her bump serve goes into the antenna. All right, possible serving target for SFA. We've seen now Livings mishandled too. They're going to hide her. So Sam Erger hides her. And now they'll pass Schilling and Wilburn. And look at that. In like Flynn.
You know, and that's what's so important. Whenever you're pulled back, you still have got to be an active passer, even if it's just communicating. You've got to expect the ball coming to you.
And a little too hard that time by Flynn. So SFA gets to within 1 as each team traded mini runs by their setters serving. And now Wilburn's chance to send the ball over for SMU. Good serve.
Nice adjustment on that combination.
Out to Jordan Henderson, and it's blocked out of bounds. Point SFA.
That was such an amazing adjustment by Jordan Henderson because that ball was tight. That was a battle, just getting the ball up to target. Great use of the other side's block.
13 apiece, SMU hitting .235, SFA at .067. Leah Jones returns the favor by banging her attack off the block. Batenhorst back in to serve. Batenhorst has been on a service tear. She's got 7 aces in her last 2 matches. Flynn gets chased a bit. I'll tell you what, Brittany, that was, you talked about adjustments by Henderson. That was a beautiful adjustment by Flynn.
Yes, it was. You know, and she's always done such an amazing job with any pass that she gets. She's putting the ball up to give her hitters a chance to be successful.
Out of system ball coming for SMU. Banged off the top of the block. Kill. Livings. 3 for Newsom, 2 for Jones, now 2 for Livings for SMU here in the first set. Kennedy Jones for SFA and Jordan Henderson have a pair of kills. Service error has been rough for the Mustangs here in set 1. That is the 4th service error already. Gunn and Creasy back in for the Jacks. Tied at 15 in what has been a very competitive first set. Here from Debbie Humphreys Court in Shelton Gym. More service errors. That's the 3rd for Stephen F. Austin. First time to see Maggie Croft in for the Mustangs. She'll serve. Croft, a freshman. for Erger's club. There's lots of them. Lots of newbies over there on the SMU side this year. Give and go, Kennedy Jones, side out.
It's a great swing up against a giant block. Kennedy really just swings high approach, rolls that ball right over to the line shot.
Jones back in the serving rotation for SFA. She didn't start off the year serving for the Jacks. Middle attack, blocked, touched, give Creasy a block, and SFA's got the lead back. There's that Livings target again. Oh, look at that.
That was
Cam Hill.
Absolutely amazing. I don't know if we've seen a block that tough.
I'll tell you, Hill has really blocked better here in 2025 than she has any of her 3 previous years as a Jack.
I would agree with that.
All right, SMU answers and sides out the Jacks to make it 18-17 SFA. Subs continue to pour in for SMU as Newsom is back on the floor and now chilling her second time to serve. There you see on the season, 4 aces, 9 errors. Jones has been hit and miss on first contact so far here in set 1. And that is a huge strike by Malaya Jones down the line.
And Greg, that's what you've talked about. That is the one thing that in this game against SMU and Carlson is running SMU's offense, there are no free balls. You swing, whether it goes over, out, in the net, you cannot give SMU an opportunity on a free position to
absolutely
set
not.
anywhere you want.
If you give Carlson the chance to be the quarterback, it's going to be a long, long night. And there's a kill by Holtman. Humphreys had in that last sequence, while Brittany was taking you through that, had put in Alana Diasis, who we talked about, we knew we'd see. Diasis in there to try and stabilize the passing a little bit and also score. So Diasis now back as an outside in place of Kennedy Jones. SFA trying to be first to 20. Not yet. Newsom tied at 19. Well, Brittany, we talked about it in the opener. Could SFA hang in? Could the crowd help them? Here's their chance to go down to the wire in this first set. Let's see how each team operates now that we're to the end of the set. Creasy mishit into the net, and SMU regains the lead and is first to 20. Remember, Carlson served 3 straight times on the mini run. This is where the Jacks need a quick side out to stay close and not let the Mustangs build a 3 or 4 point lead here at the end of set 1. Humphreys is going to want her second time out after that. We'll keep it here. All right. Side out, Stephen F. Austin. Flynn and Craven back in. Kill by Newsom. She's got 5 kills on 5 swings. All right, it seems like we say this every single match. The difference between 23-20 and 22-21 is huge in terms of the probability you'll win a set. SFA needs a side out.
Oh, great cover by Carolyn Call.
Good net defense by the Mustangs in that sequence. Chance to go up 3. Out. Oh, the Mustangs, we may have a challenge. Sam Erger is going to get the green card, and she'll challenge. There was a touch at the net on the attack by Living. Several ladies on the SMU side. Who shanked first ball, and what a bailout. Wow. Not a good pass, but she serves for primary libero call, and there's going to be a timeout. SMU.
Man.
Hill. 3 good contacts. Livings ends set 1 as SMU takes the set 25-22. Set 2.
Wir freuen uns sehr zum ersten Mal in diesem Jahr hier auf dem Center Court der Volleyball. Aus Dänemark begrüßen wir Clara Thorson.
Clara Thorson had never won a match on grass until Nottingham last week. But a run to the last 8 there has seen her kick on this week in Bad Homburg. Again, a title winner this year in Auckland, aiming for back-to-back last sport quarterfinals.
Bekannt und mittlerweile diese Saison schon fast zur Liebe grüßen, Mira Andreeva.